There we go. How you feeling, man?
Good. I
Awesome.
feel real good. Easy game on Saturday. Got a light lift
Oh, I
in
love it,
yesterday.
man. I saw a couple of those
Yeah.
pics from the game. Look like some nice highlights. Sick.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was easy. And then I did. I've honestly just been doing the same lifting workout, just goblet squats, push ups. I added a thrust to the goblet squat though, like where you just
Oh,
like go
nice.
overhead with it. But that makes it way harder. Like I'm doing it, so I went down in weight, so I'm just using a 45 now.
Yeah.
But that overhead motion, like, just gets it just gets me gassed. Like I was doing sets of 12, but it felt so freaking. It was just so hard. What's up, Lynn? I
All
can't
right.
see the
Yeah,
chat, so
Lynn says
you have
hello.
to let me know if people
Yeah,
are
yeah.
chatting.
That additional, that push overhead definitely adds something.
Dude, it's fun. It's awesome.
I mean, that's a
So I'm
good.
doing that, and then I do pull-ups and side lunges. I'm really liking the side lunges.
Oh yeah, dude.
And then I just finished with the plank walkouts and Bulgarians.
Dude, it's solid. It's simple and it just works. Like that's what you want. The lifting is
Hmm.
just a tool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Woo. So what?
All right, should I put my cleats on?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Cleat up. Woo. So yeah, for anybody on here, we got some folks on. We're gonna get after some power and speed, get some conditioning in. Um,
Fuck yeah.
Lynn,
Ass. Come
Lynn
on,
says,
dude.
sorry, I've been absent from the UMM group. Hey, that was all good. I am glad to hear you restarted training in archery again. And hey, showing up like this, I love it. Like this can help. This can be a little motivating. We hope that people get some stuff out of here. Um, yeah, there's Atlas.
Ass. Come on, bring the
Woo.
frisbee over here, Goofy. And
Yeah, yeah.
Celsius.
Anyone in my groups?
We got our Celsius
What's up?
sponsorship.
Celsius? Dude, I had one the other day.
We get
Like,
our
usually
Celsius
I just
sponsor.
go black coffee. But sometimes if I've had a rough night of sleep with the baby, I'm like, all right, I got to get some stuff done.
We got a sponsorship, so we got
Oh,
a whole
nice.
bunch. So I just have a bunch in the garage.
Dude, there you go. Here we go. Woo! Oh, yeah.
We'll see how Riverside works out here.
Yeah.
I'm not updating very fast because I'm not on Wi-Fi. Like I'm at 1% of updating, but that's fine. Is it like how is the connection? Is it
It,
behind?
it's okay. It's funny. Like, as you were just saying that, it got a little, like, spotty. So, like, your picture's a little blurry, but, I mean, that's fine. We can hear you. So that's good.
That's so sad. On my screen, it's so
Is it clear?
pristine.
Ah,
I thought the field would be tough because no Wi-Fi.
that makes sense. That makes
It's
sense.
hard. Well, we'll see. Sometimes if you like make a video from it though, the video quality will be better than it
That
is
is
now.
true. Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah.
see. So we'll see.
Oh, we got a good question already. So, EMF, EMF. Um,
Yeah, it's
oh,
EMF,
I
dude.
noticed after started doing the surge warm up with the hops and power skips, I noticed my Achilles kind of started to hurt. So what I would recommend there is, if you're getting to that point, it kind of hurts. Either dial back the intensity, like not push quite as hard, or maybe spend more time in other parts of the warm up. So, for example, one thing I recommend, like the first few things where it's just like real light, like light jogging, light back pedal, karaoke shuffle, etc. Those are really nice because you can do it at low intensity and just cycle through for a few extra minutes, and that's going to get your tissues a little bit warmer. Sometimes with the jumping, even if your body's okay, if you go into it quickly, it's a little bit jarring for the tendons. Um, so you say, then I started doing the new nighttime routine I posted. They've definitely been hurting, and now after you play too. So another thing to consider is like overall intensity. So if you're playing more, those challenging areas that get stressed a lot, Achilles, etc., knees, might start hurting more. Another thing to consider though is the isometrics. If you're doing isometrics for them and they're already irritated, start without a huge stretch. So, so you said they never hurt before, so I'm wondering why the isometrics are causing pain. So again, it may not be the isometrics. In my experience, when that stuff happens, it's often an increase of intensity. However, if it is them, like I was just saying, back off the stretch a little bit. So if you have something that's already irritated and you're doing isometrics, ease off the stretch and intensity. So for example, like if you're at like this level of stretch for your Achilles, back off to here, or maybe you just like do a hold here. So it's less stretch, less intensity. So for me, for my bedtime routine, I'm doing isometrics at like a mild stretch and mild intensity. And that's the recovery. If you're doing a really high stretch, really high intensity, that's great if you're not having pain. So, yeah. Oh, we got set up there. Look at that.
Nice little tree. I got cones. I got the cleats on.
Woo! There you go, buddy.
We'll see, because I might go. I don't know how far I'll be able to go with like this range too. Like I might have to take the phone with
Oh,
me.
that's true in terms of the sound.
In terms of how
This is
far
great
away
though.
I
Like
run.
what I was gonna say, like it's nice starting with some coordination and the fact that you can just like do some throws with Atlas and kind of get yourself going. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I walked here, and we walked.
that's
slash
perfect,
jogged
man.
here.
So that's another like I love the initial part of the warm up being something where it's lowish intensity, but it's just a continuous movement to get your blood flowing to get the body heat up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag Boulder.
Hashtag Boulder.
Yeah. Yeah. Lynn says the biggest change at the moment is I've stopped wearing ankle braces, so I'm excited for the future. Hell yeah, Lynn. That's awesome.
Mm,
That is.
that's a big step. I always try to not wear braces, like almost for like the mentality piece of it. Even though I know they are good. I just try to get out of them as quick as possible because it makes me feel like,
I mean,
I
so
think,
like
I don't know,
with
helps me.
braces, that's something that like it should be the focus of it should be short term only if you absolutely need it. If you're very unstable in the ankle, because if they're used longer than that, then you're going to start to develop weakness and more scar tissue. And like
Right.
the really solid ones can prevent some stuff, but you're also just not going to be able to use your ankle properly. So you're going to get compensation up at your knee
Right.
and hip, etc. So yeah, yeah. Alex, I sent you.
Sweet. All right. What's the
I
plan for the
no no.
day?
Well,
Oh,
I
you
had
sent
sent
me
you
some.
not related to this, but just the like those efficient warm ups. I've been working on some different warm up stuff.
Yes.
So we can throw
Yeah,
around
I
some of
saw
that
that.
too. But yeah, big plan.
Let's do it because I wanted to start
Yeah.
doing those.
So what I was gonna have you do is like you already did a little bit of movement, but I was gonna have you do like light jog and back pedal, the skips, side shuffles, crossovers, cross unders. So you can choose if you want to go. Oh, a picture just got a little better. All right, all right. Yeah, here we
Really?
go. Whoo! So like if you want to get like 50
Oh, God, take
miles
it out
apart,
here,
yeah,
and I'll
that's a
go
good call.
sideways. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I
I
got
was
some
getting all excited. I was
cones.
like, maybe I'll go outside too. Then I was like, there's no way. If we're both outside, Riverside is not going to handle that.
No, I saw that and I was like, good, because if you were also outside, I mean, it would have been fun, but I was thinking like it would have been not really a live stream,
Yeah.
more like
Yeah,
a video
exactly.
for later.
Exactly.
All
Whoo!
right, Atlas, chill out because I'm,
Yeah,
I'm getting
buddy.
ready to warm up.
So anyone else in here? So like, yeah, little.
This is actually so fun getting the warm
Here
up
we
because I
go.
have like
Yeah,
Ryan in my ear. I just get like
yeah.
told what to do.
I'm
I
gonna I'm
feel like
gonna
I'm in
start
a
coming up
live
to games. I'm gonna be like the defensive coordinator up in the box,
room.
like watching you,
Yeah,
dude.
I like this. This is like a fun way to work out. I just got you in
I
my
love it.
ear
I
to
want to
tell
like
me
start
what
doing
to
this
do.
too. Yeah. So for anyone watching, following along, like I love to start with just easy movement. What's nice about that is if you start with some like static stretches or even some of the active stretches, sometimes it can feel like, people want to rush through it. But if you start and you're like, I'm just going to get moving, I'm going to get the blood flowing, it's easier to kind of get started. You get some momentum built up. And since Alex is feeling pretty good, pretty healthy, we're going to do a nice, efficient warm up. So what he's doing here, and what I said, EMF and other people, is if you're feeling sore or you need a little extra time to warm up, do these easy kind of drills, and just do more of them. Do extra reps of them, so you spend 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes kind of moving continuously.
Yeah. Dude, the other day I was walking to my friend's house, and my walk progressively kept getting faster until it just
Yeah,
turned into like a jog. And I was like, that's just such a good way to warm up because naturally my body was just telling me
yeah.
like when I was ready. Like it just got to the point where I was walking so
I
fast, it was
just,
like, okay, you should just run now.
yeah,
And I was like,
dude, I
okay.
love that. I love that. Yeah, we,
Yeah, it was very satisfying to like notice how the body like gradually warmed up and
that
had the
is
blood
fun.
flowing and shit.
That is fun. Whew. All right.
All right,
So, what I was gonna have you do, split squat, hover with the push pull. So I love this little boom,
yeah.
boom. So I usually do like 4 or 5 each side and then switch up the split squat. So you get naturally the nice isometric, hips are stable, get
Yep.
some rotation through the upper body, and you can really try to pull your elbow away from your opposite fist. You're letting your chest turn a little bit, hips are staying solid. Yeah, once you get about 4 or 5 there, you get a little burning in the legs. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do kind of want to do more
They're great. I
isometrics.
was playing around with some different always workshopping different ways to like sneak in isometrics where people don't realize they're doing them. So like this is a nice like multitasking thing. There we go. There we go.
I pick up Alice's poop really quick. I'll jog there. I don't warm up.
Yeah, that's a little bonus. That's a little bonus. EMF, EMF, I do want to
Yeah.
note regarding the isometrics, I appreciate that you're doing them. It's definitely like obviously if you're getting some pain, not ideal, but I like that you tried them out. And then I think what you can do, like I said, is ease off the intensity. When you are feeling better, then you can gradually increase the intensity. And I would also focus on very gradually building up intensity and gradually releasing it. So build up gradually to 40, 50, 60% and hold steady and then come back down. Sometimes if we're in a high stretch, building up intensity quickly, that can also irritate the tendons.
Definitely.
All right. Oh, you're gonna like this one. So I was playing with this one here. Little side lunge action, but with a forward and backward reach. So you can either do this standing still, which I think you'll like. So like step, kind of reach in front of the foot, step, reach behind. So
Uh-huh.
reach in front,
Okay.
reach behind,
Yep.
and then just get like
Yep.
6 to 8 each way, alternating, and then we'll switch legs. So it's just a nice
All right.
efficient way.
Oh yeah.
Get that
Oh yeah.
step out. Nice big lunge. Yeah. There you go, man. And for anyone watching, like Alex likes doing them this way, that's great. You can also keep that planted leg straight for more stretch. Just depends. You can throw in all kinds of variation. EMF, yeah. So you try to do a knee isometrics for the knee pain, but always makes your knees hurt. So yeah. So the thing with isometrics is you can always find an intensity that works for you. I have had chronic knee pain for 20 years. Um, and the thing that has most consistently helped is the knee rotations, knee cars, and knee isometrics. And if I'm doing them overdoing them, yeah, it's going to hurt, but absolutely, like that is Isometrics are anti-inflammatory by nature. So I would just start really slow and low, like really easy intensity. Whew, how's that feeling? All right.
Good.
Next up, man, I was hitting some of these yesterday. Spider-Man crawl with knee hinge. So it's basically like a traveling world's great. Boom,
Uh-huh.
boom, and then push up into the next one.
Yeah. Dude, they were doing some version of this at jiu-jitsu, but it was like it like wasn't confusing, but they kind of made it
So
confusing.
this
But
one,
it
yeah,
was
you
something
just
like that.
just walk out to a push up, bring one leg up, drop down, pull the heel to the butt, then you're
Yeah.
gonna walk forward again.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Yep.
There we go. Looking good. Yeah, so regarding knee pain, I had a master's level player who also was playing club, like mid-regional level team, come to me last year, and he'd had chronic knee pain for like 5 years that really limited him. Nothing helped. And within like 3 months of consistent work, it mostly went away. And a lot of what we did was like very basic, moderate strength work, tons of isometrics, lots of knee rotations, and of course hip mobility always helps. Oh yeah. So what we're doing with this warm
Oh
up,
yeah.
we're just like efficiently getting the body moving.
Alex, come on.
All different ranges of
Come
motion.
on.
Notice we're going forward, back, side to side, getting some active movement with the knee and the hamstring. Next up, knee hinges. Got to get these in.
Nice. Nice.
We'll go like
Yeah.
5 or 6 reps. So this is
Definitely.
one. Get that knee
Definitely.
high. Oh, there you, dude. It's actually, yeah. Yeah, getting an overhead is awesome for these. Yeah. Whoo! Nice job keeping that knee up. That's the good stuff.
Oh,
And athlete, baby.
athlete.
And notice too, for people watching, like, this is not necessarily easy stuff. We're getting some higher forces going through the muscles, even though it's not necessarily fast. Whoo.
Hard
Yeah,
on that
man.
left side for sure. Come
It's
here.
always good to kind of compare sides. And this is a really solid warm up for
Come
someone who
here.
feels good, pretty healthy, pretty warm. If you're sore, you're stiff, you probably want something a
Yeah.
little bit more thorough, like in that surge warm up I've shared. But check
Yeah.
this out. So duck walks. And you can do these a bunch of.
That's how I walk all the
But one of
time.
the ways I love to do it for ultimate is like almost an inline. You're going forward. You're like trying to keep
Uh-huh.
yourself upright.
Uh-huh.
Step, step, and you're kind of rocking that knee toward the ground, but before it hits, you're bringing that other one
Yeah.
around.
Kinda. This reminds me of another one we were doing at jiu-jitsu where they were like, I can't remember it exactly, but you'd like put one knee down, like open your hips, rotate. It was
Nice.
it was like similar. I was shocked at how thorough that warm-up was. I was like, it reminded me of a lot of the stuff that we do too, which
Yeah,
is why it was interesting. But it makes sense because the jiu-jitsu guys, they got to move their body. Like they're all
exactly.
about. Okay.
There you go. So you're gonna rock. Yeah, and this is surprisingly can be challenging. Excuse me, but especially for you and for a lot of athletes, like it really reinforces that hip, ankle, knee flexion and putting force into that. Great for preparing all of them to play, but also like get you staying low.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Because I need
man.
to be low.
Yeah.
That's what I was focusing on in the game is like staying low, staying engaged. Because I want to be
Yeah.
more like a hunter when I'm out there on the field. Like
Yeah.
just like always like
It makes
ready to
it,
go
it makes a
explode
difference. And
something.
honestly, like I know for me, and like people
No,
who
it's
like if
huge.
people know you, like if people know me, they generally know like there might be a window that they won't throw to that they'd throw to someone else. but even if they don't know you, like, which they will, but if you're really low and you're in that like hunting position, it's going to dissuade people. Uh, you're going to naturally cut
Yeah,
off throws
yeah,
that might otherwise go up. Um,
yeah, yeah. It's a
and when you're
necessity.
wider, you
Got to
take
be
up more
there.
space. Like you're going to get in the way. So yeah, love it,
Yeah,
man. Whew. All right. So now,
it's more like a
dude,
jungle
that's
cat
honestly
laying
that's what I
low,
think about.
getting
Like
ready to pounce
that's
it
what
on
like
them.
get real low.
No, it's true. That's what you have to think about. Because I just can't be up here. I have to be like ready to go, like at all times.
Dude,
That's when I'm playing
exactly. And
really
like
good defense.
the thing about it is like it feels like you're expending more energy, but long term you're not because like you're gonna be more prepared, more efficient when you move. It's like short term energy.
Right, right. I think it's just a habit. It's just a
Exactly.
habit to build
All
to.
right, so next up, now we're gonna go back to similar things we did in the very beginning with higher intensity. So now we're gonna do a
Yeah,
faster run and back
cool.
pedal. So now it's like whatever intensity you're
Okay.
comfortable with, we're gonna run, back pedal back, and we're gonna do two
Yeah.
reps, 2 rounds of that. There we go. Yeah, there it is. Whew. All right. Then we're gonna do some skips for distance. So the way I like to do this is give yourself extra distance. So even like start, 10, 15 yards further back.
Yeah.
Start easy. So first few skips, start easy. You're gradually
Right. Hmm.
with each rep, you're trying to get further and further, whipping those arms more aggressively.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. And by doing it gradually, you build yourself up. A lot of people try to start max right off the beginning and they mess up their coordination and the landing is tough. So once you're ready, then we'll do the same thing coming back, but you can give it a little bit of a whatever time you're back,
I went
baby.
back. It was a short distance.
Yeah. Yeah, um so we can do it take a moment. We can do another one of those and I was going to have you do like I don't know if that you're more focused on height or more focused on distance. I often sort of okay,
I went
cool. So then
distance
what
for
we'll do
those.
is we'll do another one more focused on height. Uh, and I usually do that shorter
Height.
just because you can get more reps
Okay.
in a shorter distance.
Yep. Yep.
So
Definitely.
that one
Definitely. Okay.
again
Gradual.
gradual and you're really getting those like aggressive arm drives. Yeah, and transferring that force more upwards.
Yeah. There you go.
So again, for people following along, practicing this with high intensity is really helpful when it comes to game type situations. A lot of times people go through the motions, they do this stuff in warm-ups, but they're not ready to go hard. So they just sort of push through, don't really think about it. But if you push this with serious intensity and intent, you're going to develop more ability to attack the disc in a game. Yeah, because most of the time, even if we're better off 2 feet, most of the time we're going to go up off of one because we're running. Woo!
Yeah.
We
100%.
got the
I'm
breath
more of
going,
a one
baby.
foot
Here we
guy.
go.
Yeah. No, I'm getting it.
Sweet.
Definitely.
So we only got like 3 more things left for the warm up, and hey, I just wrote an email about warm ups and conditioning. The warm up is an extension of the conditioning. Like we're getting the body moving, even a relatively short one.
Yeah.
So next up, we're gonna do
100%.
the lateral run, the crossover. So this this is like the
Yeah.
powerful. So like if I'm moving to my right, left leg is
Let me
crossing
check you
over,
out here.
pushing,
Yeah.
with the intent to like
Yeah.
powerfully push.
Okay. Your front leg, you're pushing
Exactly.
off
So
your
the
front
front
leg.
leg, crossover, push, push. So if you're going
Push, yeah.
right, your left leg
Okay.
is creating that push.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
got
then we'll
you.
do
Yep. And a little
exactly
faster. Let's
faster,
go a
and
little
each
faster
step is
today.
going further. So you're driving hard laterally.
Oh, I like that cue.
Awesome, dude.
That makes that feel
Yeah,
good.
it's fun, man. This is a fun one. Yeah,
That feels good. I would have to do that
absolutely.
more in the games.
Again,
A little
like
more
this stuff,
crossover running. Kind of moving when I push off that
yeah,
tall one.
this stuff really does translate. So then, yeah, take a moment. Um, yeah, and then we're
I'm
gonna do
ready.
cross under. So this is more awkward, but still good. So now,
Yeah.
if you're going to the
Yeah.
to your right, for example, the left leg is still pushing, but it's going
Yep.
underneath the push.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
once you get good at
Yep.
this, you can still be nice and powerful. Focus on that push, create some separation with each push.
Yeah. Yep.
There we go. And again, what's awesome about this is like you could literally turn what we just did into a workout. Go through it multiple times, do it with high
Totally, if you want.
intensity.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be
Totally.
complicated.
Yeah. Check out my tree, Brian.
How you doing? Yeah.
Just got Brian in
Dude,
the
I'm
tree and
tall.
I'm
I'm
like,
not used
this
to you
dude's
looking up to me.
electric.
Uh,
I know, literally. You're taller than me. You're about 6'5", 6'6" over
um,
here.
so next up, the last one that's technically part of the warm up, but this is where we get going a little more. Shuffle, run, plant, and come back. So like, maybe 5-step shuffle, then you're gonna
Okay.
turn and run to the cone, plant, and sprint back.
Okay.
And then we'll do it facing the other
Come
way.
back. Okay.
Yeah, so just a hard 4 or 5-step shuffle. Turn and run. There you go. Plant hard, sprint it back. There we go. Yeah. And then once you're ready for it, then we'll do it the other way. But you can take a little time if you need. There you go. Woo. Uh-oh.
Nice.
Uh-oh. The EMF says this guy was shit talking my workout yesterday, hating on my grind. Are you talking about Atkins or someone else?
Talking about me. Talking about me.
Well, maybe we get some more people on here to heckle, but we only got 2 or 3. Woo. Dude, good stuff. How you feeling? Nice.
Good. I feel good.
Nice. Yeah, so we'll take a little breather. We're gonna work on some like speed and power stuff. So what we want to do with that is
Nice.
we're warm, and we just want to make sure we're super fresh. Yeah.
Nice. I got not the flattest field in the world. It's got a little hill to it though.
Yeah.
I could use that.
That's true. Yeah, I was trying to get on the Lower Merion turf yesterday, so I went out early because I was like, to do some like real true speed work. I've been on like a grass field that's a little lumpy and hard, so I was like, I need to get some turf. But there were a bunch of people there, so I had to go to the grass.
The change of direction will be, I think, harder
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But for the speed work, whatever. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna put you in a different tree
Nice.
now.
Nice. Oh, just traveling the trees, man.
I gotta configure it.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a pretty good tree. We might not be able to beat that. Sit.
I've got a tripod that I'll often bring out with me.
Dude, that's what I need. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking this will make me good.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, you can get some pretty good ones. They're like pretty cheap, and they're like fold.
Yeah, I know. Quinn just
Nice.
got one.
Yeah, that helps. I used my water bottle and other things, and like I'm like, this is ridiculous. I need to just get a tripod because like I'm filming stuff for business and stuff. I might as well.
Yeah, I like make
Yeah.
the investment. 100%. Boom! Oh my God, crazy
There we
spot.
go. Woo, yeah.
Crazy spot. Let me know if you fall
Okay.
down.
Yeah, I'll yell.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Should I set up any
we can
cones
set
or should
up
I
we
set
can
up?
set up cones. I was gonna have you do some broad jumps and some sprint starts. So we can set up cones like maybe 15 yards apart.
Okay.
So, yeah, about 15 yards
Okay.
would be good. Now you
Sprint
see
starts.
the Phoenix had a nice upset win against the Breeze.
Oh, dude, it's
I feel you
huge,
guys.
man.
Yeah.
Boom.
Woo.
15.
All
All right.
right.
I'm
So
set.
what we're going to do is work on some broad jumps. So these are great for producing a lot of horizontal force, which is exactly what we want for acceleration, sprint starts. So we're going to use that. So what I was going to do first is like not going for max power, but just like continuous broad
Hmm.
jumps. So you're going to jump like,
Okay.
60% effort, going to bound into the
Yeah.
next one, and we'll do that for 15 yards.
Okay.
Take a little breather, do the same thing back. So just kind of ease into the broad jumps.
Got you. Easing in.
Yeah. There we go. Nice.
I should have counted how
Yeah,
many
yeah,
that
I like
was.
that. I like that.
It's like
Because what's fun is like as you get more warmed
next
up,
time
then
I
you
will.
can see like how few can you get there in 3 or 4
Yeah.
or 5 or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I like go for less.
All right. Yeah.
Should
So
have
again,
counted
take a little
more.
breather. Even if you can go, you want to make sure you're staying fresh, you're staying powerful.
Yep. Yep.
It's a big
Yep. I like
challenge to
that.
kind of hold that leash where you're like, oh, I could just keep going, but
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
there'll be
good.
time to get tired.
That'll be good. Yeah. And we got. I didn't realize we have practice
Oh,
tomorrow night too,
yeah. So,
but I'll be fine.
all right.
We're just playing a little bit, and we don't have a game for like 3 weeks, so I think it's nice to. I want
Yeah,
to get. This
that's
is good.
solid. That's solid.
It's good.
All
All
right,
right.
man.
Here we go.
And now, yeah, you can get a little
Let
more
me
aggressive.
count
Get a
this time.
forward lean. Get those arms working with you. Yeah, you can build
Okay,
it up a
build it
little bit
up a little
more.
bit more.
Spring into the next one. Get ready. Yeah, there you go.
Ah! Basically 5. That
All
was like
right,
a
I
yard.
like
I was
it.
like half a yard short.
I like it. So we'll do one more round. We'll do one more round. Take a little breather.
All right, I gotta make it easy 5, man. I
Exactly.
gotta get past it in 5.
Exactly. So yeah, so these, in addition to being fun, great for power.
Dude, this should be a part of
Yeah,
your offering for your program. It's like in the ear
dude, that would be great.
workouts. Like you just you pull up and
That would be, yeah,
on the
yeah. I'll be in your
on
ear
the
for like
phone.
one workout a week or a certain amount a month or something. That would,
Yeah.
it's not as
Yeah.
scalable, I'd only have a limited amount of people. Yeah,
High price point.
I'd just
That's a
trick
real
people into doing it
premium.
the hottest part of the day. Like, nah, sorry, I only have availability at like 1 p.m. We got to do it then.
1 p.m.
Oh man.
All
Here you
right,
go.
here
Get
we go.
aggressive.
5.
Start whipping those arms
5 good
back
ones.
before you
Yeah,
even land. Get ready to drive forward.
before I land, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, nice. I made it.
Awesome.
Just barely got there.
Sweet, man. Yeah, so again, that like when we're thinking about acceleration, when you go from like either changing direction or a standstill to produce force, that acceleration phase, longer ground contact times, high horizontal force. So that's where like things like broad jumps really translate well to that. So what we're going to do next is acceleration starts. So sprint starts. So we're going to go basically 15 yards. You're just get there as fast as you can. I'm going to have you do a few reps athletic stance. I'm just going to say go, and
Okay.
you're just going to go as fast as you can. So
Okay.
think steps, get low,
Okay.
big arm drive.
Yeah. Facing the way. Like you're starting athletic
Facing where
stance,
you're going.
facing
Correct.
where I'm going.
Correct. Yeah.
Like this. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Slight uphill, which is nice
that is that.
for the speed portion.
And
Just a slight. Just a little bit.
it makes
crazy,
a difference,
but it's
man.
a
You can
little
feel
bit.
it, even if you can
I
barely
think it's
see
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's good.
All right,
Okay,
I'm going to say
I'm on
ready
you.
and then go. Okay? Ready?
Okay.
Go. Nice. Nice. Unfortunately, the picture is like a little blurry here, but it looks pretty good from what I could see.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these again, this is something we want to be fresh, high intent. Like, it's not about the motions, it's about just getting a lot of power.
I do like doing it on someone else's cue because it takes a little bit more. You've got to be in a better
that
position
reactive.
and stuff. If someone else is telling you to go, as opposed to like
Yes.
you
And
just
you have
deciding.
that reactive nature of like, as soon as you hear it, you go.
It's easy for me to get off balance and lean too far forward. When because I'll do it with my friends where like they're gonna start and I'll get like too forward. So it's like a good practice on staying like even and
Yeah, and like what naturally
balanced.
happens ideally is you get a repositioning step. So like when I say go, this tends to happen, which is what we want. So like this allows you to then drive yourself forward. Here we don't have the leverage to like we push down. So you want that. So it tends to happen naturally. And that starts to get us leaning forward, driving back.
Yeah, I went left foot forward that time,
I like
so I'm going to go right foot forward this time.
All right, let's go for it.
All right.
Ready, go. Nice, man. Whoo.
Yeah, that felt better. Because I think what's tough is you can't focus, you can't rush the like beginning part. Otherwise, you just get, it's like hard. I've realized that. From,
It's true. So if you like, and if you see it in my like, I've shared a bunch of self fetch videos where I do this, and that first step is relatively slow, way back, and I get low and drive. But yeah, if you rush the first one stepping back, you don't actually step back as far, and you end up getting like short, choppy steps, which is not as good. So we want those big, powerful steps.
Right,
Yeah.
big, powerful.
Yeah, so I usually do, like, depending on how I'm feeling, depending on the day, I'll do between like 4 and 8 of these.
Yeah, I feel like we can get.
Yeah, we can play around with a couple different ones. We'll stick with these for 2 more reps just to kind of get in the feel for it. And again, people watching, notice this is not like rushed. We're not doing a bunch of reps right in a row. The goal is not just to get tired.
No, it's good because I need to work on.
Yeah, you've got
to work on
from what I can tell, you've got good fatigue resistance. So we're just working on getting get the power up, get the acceleration up.
Yeah, no, and that's perfect. That's perfect. Right.
All right.
I'm in my stance.
Ready?
I'm ready to go.
Go. Yeah, I like the arm drives. Good job getting the leg back.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'm trying to get that going.
I like it, and some of it is kind of trial and error. It's helpful to kind of get that step back, get aggressive big arm drives. Yeah, that's helpful. Nice. So we'll do one more of that style, one more athletic rep once you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Um, is it?
Such
Oh,
a nice day
awesome!
out.
It's beautiful here
Perfect.
too.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's nice. Now you probably have less. I know you have less of the humidity, and really, it gets
Yeah,
nasty.
no
Like once we get to
humidity.
June, a lot of the days are humid, which is brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we have like this nice cool breeze going, but
That's
it's
nice.
warm out. All right, we're going for
Last one of
my
this
last
start. That's
one of this
right.
start.
Okay, ready,
Here we
go.
go.
Nice, man. Looks good. That looks good. I love it.
Be quicker.
Oh, it's EMF says it's humid in Atlanta already. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. We've had a couple humid days, but at least right now we're still getting some spring where we had a hot day, but not as humid. Oh, never experienced hot rain before. Yeah, man. Philly, like it's the like you we'll get a thunderstorm and then it'll just be like hotter than it was before once it stops. It's just steamy and but I did my conditioning last summer in the hottest part of the most humid days and when I got to Colorado for US Open, I was prepared for the it's a good trade-off. Like you have the thin air but you don't have the humidity.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
getting that
man.
altitude training in.
So what I was going to do next, belly start sprints. So these are fun
Okay.
because you're going to start down like this.
Mm-hmm. Like push
Exactly.
up, like
So your arms
down.
like this. I'm going to say go, and you're just going to pop up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pop
you'll
one leg
naturally kind
forward.
of pop one leg forward and then get up. So your goal is to start propelling yourself forward before you're fully standing up straight. Um,
Right. From
exactly.
that
And
like
so
low
like I
position.
wouldn't for the first rep, even two maybe, like I wouldn't think too much. Just think get yourself moving fast as quickly as possible.
Right.
All
Okay.
right, dude.
All right, I'm ready.
Same deal. I'll say ready, go. Ready, go.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. Woo! It's the good stuff.
Yeah, this is good. That's what I
I love
need.
it. I love it. Yeah, because it's good practice. Naturally, you start low, so then it's like, how low can you be when you start to drive that force? How much can you control?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely a lot
Yeah.
lower.
Yeah, because the steeper angle, or I guess technically the shallower angle, but the more aggressive angle you're at, the more strength it takes. So there's some point where like it's gonna
Definitely.
be really tough to get there, particularly being tall, but this helps you figure.
But I felt it. Like there's like I feel like there were like a couple.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like it
it
takes
does.
practice.
It does.
Takes practice.
Oh, yeah, man.
Storing up all my potential energy.
EMF says I used to like 105 degrees, but it's dry
But
heat. Yeah, in SoCal. Yeah, 105, very different. If you get around here where it's 95% humidity, 95 degrees, a lot of people will just drop real quick.
yeah. Seriously.
There we go. All
All right, I'm going
right, we'll hit
in.
another one.
Yeah.
Ready, go. Nice, man. Looked like you got out quick.
Yeah, it's better. I feel like it definitely could be like a more fluid motion,
Uh-huh.
like with my feet. But
Yeah, man.
That's okay.
Yeah,
You know,
it'll come with
practice it.
practice. It's definitely a little awkward, an awkward thing to do in general, but that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like there's like a false step or two in there where like I could just pop up, be in that position, and be like
Right, right.
accelerating, but that'd be hard.
So what I'm gonna have you do,
Okay.
what I'm gonna have you do for this, like a little. Oh yeah, you want
Uh-huh.
to get another one? We can get it. Okay. So
Just
another
thinking
one we
about
can
it.
do that I've been working on is the half kneel start. But what I'm gonna have you
Yeah.
focus on
Hmm.
is I'm actually not gonna do the start. I'll let you do it because I want you to roll forward, get that heel off and that knee forward, and then push.
Uh-huh. And then go. Okay, so get into like a little bit of like uh into more of like a
Exactly.
knee
So
over
like
toe
once you
position
and you
and
don't
then
want
go.
to, what happens with some people, I can't tell from the angle, but someone I was working with last week, they'd like kind of fold and their butt would come up like this because they push through their heels. So
Uh-huh.
roll forward, get that knee and chest forward, and then drive straight out.
Yeah. 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 And yeah. Yeah. Hmm. I'm with it. Let me just
Yeah.
so I'll be like here.
Yeah,
Stay
exactly.
low
Exactly.
and activated. Yeah, I mean I just have to stay low. That definitely is gonna take good that's like a good
It does.
strength
It does. And that's where
in
like
that
the strength
position.
training does come into play is like having more strength's good. But with this practice, you'll build it too. So yeah, that ability, like if you're going to slow mo to like really be able to push. And like,
Yeah. Propel forward too, because it's like you want to propel, you know, you want to go up, but like
exactly. And
forward
like that
propulsion.
position, right? Like we did the duck walks and everything. So like, preparing the joints.
Yeah,
Another example of
yeah,
like if you don't have the mobility, you're just like if someone has bad ankle mobility and knee
right.
mobility, like that's just not even an option.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, here we go. I'm
Yeah, so you
setting
can
up.
start like that roll doesn't have to be fast. You're gonna roll once you get to the ball of the foot.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. 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 The roll won't be fast, and then
then boom.
I'll
Yeah.
roll forward and then boom. Okay. All right, I'm going. This one I should
Oh
just
yeah,
go on
you
my
can do it on
own,
your
or
own.
are
You
you
can do
gonna
it on
say
your own.
ready go? Okay. Okay. All right, here we go.
Nice. There we go.
Yeah, I feel like in the front of my
Yeah.
like
So
right
that's
above my
that
knee.
like lower quad. That gets loaded a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Love it.
Boom, boom, boom. I need to
So yeah, we'll do two on each leg. So I would do the same leg just to like, get another leg. Yeah.
same like yeah to get the
Yeah.
reps in. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Here we go. Roll. Yeah.
Nice. Here we go.
Yeah, these are good. These are tough.
Yeah, that's great. That's the right kind of tough. EMF
Yeah.
says the
Yeah. It's
hip
good.
workout has had a significant impact on my hip mobility. I also done ankle work, but now can squat ass to grass with weight without butt wink. Dude, I love it. What hip workout was it? Was it one of the things that we did here, or something I posted? Because that man, it makes such a difference. Like I used to do all kinds of heavy lifting, and I could kind of push through it with heavy weight, but it was never that pretty, and it hurt. And once I got my hips right, everything just became so much easier. Got to get the
Gotta
hips
get the
right.
hips right.
Here we go. All
Here
right,
we go.
left
Left
side.
side.
This is also nice 'cause we can,
Left
you'll
side.
be able to tell differences side to side.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's really just staying low. Like, I just got to stay low because that's how you get that forward,
Exactly.
you know?
Staying low, but without like, again, without like letting your butt come up and chest drop. Exactly.
Right, right. You're not like
Yeah.
tipped over, but you have like that nice like chain. Yeah, like your chain is aligned and like diagonal, but you're low,
Exactly.
pushing forward. I can feel like getting better. Like as I do, I should do more of these because I
I
feel
think
like they'll
so.
help
I
me.
really do. And what's nice is like you can just throw a couple reps into like prep before practices or games even.
Yeah, that's what I should do. Because I think what's hard is since I'm tall, like I almost got to be like falling forward, but having my legs, catching up under me
It
in a way, like because like to
Right.
get to that low
Yeah, because if you're like yeah,
area.
exactly. If you're driving through here, like you have to then get that other leg out in front of you pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I was just realizing. Like running that one, like yeah, I have to be low. My whole everything needs to be low, forward, not like tipped over like you're saying, but like yeah.
Yeah, man.
So this is good. All right, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean something. This one definitely like really drives that in. Getting. It's funny because these suck because it feels
Yeah.
so slow coming out of it, and you're like, God, that's so fucking like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's
annoying.
great because like that helps you identify an important area, and that's where something like um, these isometrics,
Yeah,
you can get really
yeah,
really low, and
yeah. I think I want to add more of those in because I need to just get in that
yeah, and then like
position more.
things like reverse lunges, the pivots, the low pivots, because it gets you low
Uh,
in foot and ankle
yeah,
bend.
right. Just being in that position more with more tension and stuff. Though. I think those isometrics would be huge. Just like get into that position, kind of, and just start getting comfortable. Even if like
Yeah.
with
Oh,
both
for
feet.
sure. Well, actually, one of the things I did the other day on the field, there was like a bench. So I was here, and I was like this, and just holding, pushing,
Right, you're going same like yeah.
and you're just building that tension through your knees and ankles, that low angle.
That's nice.
So yeah, man.
That's nice.
Ooh, how you feeling?
All right,
Nice.
good. I feel ready to go.
Oh yeah.
Feel warmed up.
All right. So what I was gonna have you do, I was just writing about this. A shuttle run with alternating sprint.
Hmm.
So basically, if you go 25 yards apart, you run like
Okay.
70% and then sprint back.
Uh huh. Got you. Got you. So got you. Got you. For a
So for
25
25-yard
yard
distance.
distance.
So yeah, we'll get that set up.
Hmm. I see. So like in your change of direction, you're going in at 70%, and then you're coming.
Yeah, that you're coming back 100. So I really like this because like people are less likely to kind of pace themselves. Um, and it's
Yep.
also like, in
Yep.
ultimate, we're rarely sprinting for super long.
Yeah, 100, 100 is
Right.
not usually happening.
Exactly. Exactly. But sometimes we have to
I
work
like that.
hard in between sprints. So this is nice where you're going, it's not a
Yeah.
sprint, it's like a brisk run. Um,
Right. Yeah. Good form.
yeah. So what I was
Lengthy.
gonna have you do, and we'll see how it feels, um, is 3 laps and just see, and then we can adjust. So
Okay.
like run down, sprint
Yeah.
back times 3.
Yep. Yep.
Exactly. And
Yep.
what I
Three
would have you
changes of
focus on
direction.
is like even if you're going into a run and not into a sprint, just focus on like the couple steps going in and out of each change of direction. So,
Yeah.
low and
Yeah,
aggressive.
yeah, 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 definitely. No, I love that. That's great. That's perfect. Yeah, I like this stuff too. I've been doing some tempos where, and my friend gave me the idea, but like we did some the other day, doing some at a lesson where maybe it's like an 80-yard tempo, and like the first 40 yards, you're just building up. So you just are starting at getting to like 100, and then the
I like,
last 40, you're just sprinting. But it's really nice, like ease into a sprint, and kind of like the flying starts, but like more
yeah,
exaggerated of a
I
beginning.
like that. I
And
like that a lot.
yeah, really nice. All right, I'm gonna go 70%
Love
down the
it.
hill and 100 up. And Atlas is eating all the treats that he had in his damn
He's
bag. You are a goofy
he's fueling
ball.
up.
You're goofy. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he got a bunch of treats yesterday. Okay. All right,
Correct.
so 3 changes of direction.
Correct.
Focusing on the
Three
change of
laps.
the
Exactly,
deceleration and the
man.
acceleration.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, and 70. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Nice.
I almost forgot to do this.
There you go. There you go. Focus. Solid change. Finish with that nice sprint. Whoo!
Oh, fuck.
All right. Yeah,
I'm
dude.
feeling the hill. Fuck. Even just that little bit.
It's
Like,
amazing how much of a difference that makes. But these like are
I like it.
surprising. Like I was surprised doing them how tired I got compared to doing shuttles because it's different. But like on the sprint, you're going harder than you would if you were just doing the whole thing hard.
Yeah. No, 100%. I agree. Because if you're just shuttling and getting really tired, you can like half-ass the change of
Yep.
direction and and the energy required to like explode into the sprint
Right, that like
is
change of
tiring.
intensity. But yeah, like it's natural. Like even if you're
Yeah.
trying, it's totally natural. People just like if you go to do like a 200-300 yard shuttle, whatever it is, like people are going to pace themselves no matter what they think. Um,
Yeah.
what's nice about this too, as you get fatigued, like you can always
But you
like on the run, you could always slow that a little bit if you're like, I need to get that
uh,
intensity up.
for me, it's just if I just focus on staying low in and out of
Yeah.
those breaks,
Dude, that's the like I
it's
don't think
really
I've ever lost a shuttle race. Like doing stuff like that, conditioning with the team, and it's like because
yeah. The
changes
change of direction,
exactly.
you
If
win
it
on
doesn't even
those.
matter if someone's ahead of me, because I'm going to destroy them on the change of
Yeah,
direction.
because you just boop boop so sharp.
Exactly. That's
Yeah. Yeah, when I'm doing well, that's what I focus on. I can feel it in my glutes. That's how I know the hill was. When
ooh,
I started, my butt started to get tired, so I
yeah,
knew the hill was
and that's nice too. That's like
working.
when it comes to fatigue, obviously with conditioning, we want to work at a high intensity, and a lot of times people go through the motions. So like
Yeah.
sometimes, like if you start to feel that like your legs get kind of locked up, or like they're starting to fatigue. Sometimes And that's
I was
and I
feeling it
think
on the
like
last
that's
one.
good when you feel in the last one because you're pushing your limit. You're
I
pushing.
think
If you
so
start
too.
feeling it earlier than that,
I
then
agree.
it's like, well, you're just half the time not going to be at a high intensity.
And that's the difference from what we were doing. Like we were doing the speed work, which were none of that, and now conditioning. Like we're gonna get some of that, and we have
Exactly.
to
And we
work
still want
through
to
it.
work at a high intensity. So like your speed isn't going to be exactly the same, but it's not going to be like way, way less.
No,
Yeah.
no. All right.
It's
You have a
been,
timer? How
I
long has it been?
think it's been about 2 minutes. So my plan was to have it be about like 2.5 minutes and then hit another one. Um, so
Yep.
once
Let's
you're
do
once
it.
you're feeling ready,
All right. Yeah, dude, just focus on this fucking sprint up the hill. It's annoying because I feel super slow. Like it's like
right.
pissing me off. But then I think if I go to run on
Dude,
flat, then I'll
exactly.
be. I'll feel
Exactly.
better. And the other thing I just need to focus on when I sprint is like you had mentioned earlier, that quick ground contact. Just like when I'm sprinting, like pop, pop, I notice that like when I focus on like getting in my full sprint, like not on the acceleration, but like in while I'm sprinting, like really quick,
Exactly, because they
you know,
are separate. When you're moving full
off the
speed,
ground, like
yeah,
boom, boom,
that's when
boom, boom.
it's fast ground contacts.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. All right. Here we go. 70%. I almost forgot to change direction at the
Going into a
top.
tempo.
At the top. All right, get low. Get
Exactly.
low. Accelerate.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. Alex, you freaking leave me alone. All right.
You got it.
70%.
And that nice solid gear change on that change of direction. Boom. There it is. There it is. And then dial it back a little. Yep. Dial it back, then spin. Nice. There you go, man. Last lap. Focus. Same output. Same output. Push. Hell yeah.
And that's it. Really nice.
Whew. Good stuff, man.
It's a good amount and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like distance. Because it's hard. Like that last one,
Yeah.
like you were like same output, and I was trying, but it definitely felt
Yeah.
slower. But it's good because I'm just trying to stay low and accelerate and drive like from those.
Dude, and that's why like it all translates well, and I like to reinforce that ahead of time. Because that's another thing, like you're tired, you're working hard, but you're able to still keep enough focus. Versus like I see people post, it's like, oh, I did 5 rounds of 300 shuttles, and I'm like, I'm trying to imagine what the last 2 or 3 rounds of that looked like, you know? Because I see people doing that.
Right. What's the point?
What's that?
You know what I think would be fun is going like
Mm-hmm.
around the cone, or like even doing this not
Yeah.
at like a 180, like change the direction, more like a 45 or
Yeah,
something.
dude, you could definitely do that. If you want to do one more round, we could do like you could do kind of like a loop.
Yeah, definitely one more round. Yeah, because I was thinking I could either go around the cone, like more of like a
A loop?
little, you know, like a
Oh
different
yeah,
type of cut. Like, yeah, like get low, go around, like slingshot into it. Because the other one I think is like, I also think a lot of like ultimate cuts are less like this full change of direction, more like a 45 degree, you know? Where I guess if this is like 180, like a 90 is obviously like that way, more like this way, you know? Like a triangle, like if you made like a
exactly. So
like
so I
triangle,
would say like this
right
drill,
triangle.
like the typical shuttles are like more of a straight conditioning drill versus a cutting drill. That's why like you've probably seen in some of my stuff like the
Right.
right angle, the right triangle cutting drill, which I like.
Yeah. I
So
love
you get
that.
some different angles. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've done that before too, where I loop around. So as I get going, yeah, I'll loop around the cone, and like you said, kind of slingshot back. You could definitely do that
Yeah.
because that's kind of a fun. I
I'm
like
gonna
it.
try it for the last one, like a
Yeah,
fun, different change of direction. So instead of it being like a sharp plant, it's like get low, like it'll be like a get low
around.
and like
Yeah, dude.
curve around. Because you
Absolutely.
see that a lot too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
different way. I'll try it for the last one. How long has it been?
yeah, just over two and a
Probably
half
about there,
minutes.
huh?
But again, like
Okay,
gauge
all right,
it.
I'm going.
We want to make sure you can go high intensity, high output.
Yeah, high intensity.
Oh
No,
yeah.
I'm ready. I'm always ready. I'm ready.
Here we go. Miles take you miles.
Let's go.
Let's do
I'm
it.
looping this one. I'm gonna loop all of it. That's what I'll do. Like I'll even
Yeah.
loop when I get back
Yeah.
here, and I'll switch. I'll figure eight.
Exactly.
That's what I'll do. I'll
You
figure
figure
eight.
eight.
Okay.
Fly into that.
Okay. All right. 70 down.
70 down.
Here we go.
Here we go. Yeah. There's a sprint. Good, man. Good, man. Dial it back enough so that we can get that high output on the end. Same speed. Here, drive the arms. Nice.
I like that.
It
The
is.
loop one is fun too. It's yeah, I mean it's easier
Yeah.
to decelerate.
Dude, great stuff, man.
So
Ooh.
that's such a
Yeah.
fun way to work out. Trainer of
I'm
the year.
glad. I'm glad, man. Yeah, you got the accountability. And honestly, like this is such a solid session. Like, getting a little like walk jog to the field, throwing around a little bit, kind of a little warm up, some power and speed work, and then some conditioning. And like this is a reasonable amount of volume. People try to do 2 and 3 times as much, but get less quality work in.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is super repeatable. And because like we had a game, I worked out yesterday, did this. I'm gonna feel good for
Hmm.
practice tomorrow.
Dude, and you nailed it. You nailed it
Feel
too.
primed for
Repeatable.
practice tomorrow.
Like it's not about going out on a day and destroying yourself. It's about like what's the stuff that you can repeat. What are the things that you want to reinforce? Yep.
Yeah. And that's good too because if I do that consistently, like I'll really get better at those starts,
Exactly.
because I need to work on that.
Yeah. You'll get
I need to work on that form. Like, I feel like my running form has gotten a lot better recently from running a lot, like my in stride
better.
form. But that acceleration is like getting super low for me. Is definitely like I can work on a lot.
Yeah, you can, but it does look better. It does look better. Like I remember you sharing some like
Yeah,
self-fetch stuff like last year or like months ago. And it wasn't
yeah,
bad, but the acceleration was like not like now. So it's definitely better.
yeah. Now I got to keep working on that. Really getting low on those starts. I think, especially in the season, I think I want to focus on that a lot more because I can come to the field and do that like every day if I wanted to. Let's leave it.
Yeah.
And just especially like doing those starts with rest. So really just getting like the reps
Yeah.
in. I really need to do that because that's where I lack. Like my speed, my top end speed is good, but my acceleration is definitely like can be a lot
Yeah, and
better.
that makes such a huge difference. That'll be a game changer.
Yeah, huge,
Uh,
huge. Yeah, so many different.
EMF
Yeah,
says everyone thinks they need to be Bo. Bo probably would have been even better if he trained smart and learned to throw. So yeah, like there's absolutely benefits to like the gut check stuff, now and then just pushing yourself hard. But like at some point, it just doesn't make sense to do more volume, especially if you're playing and practicing a lot. And if you're healthy, everything else is going to be more efficient. So like I'd rather have someone who's like 80% out of 100 of like the best condition they can be and healthy than 100% but their knee and Achilles and back hurts because they overdo it every single time. Um, so
definitely. Like you've got to push
yeah,
yourself, but it can't be that. That's got to be like feels like for me it's better if that's less
right,
often because you got to make sure you're doing shit
right.
consistently.
You have to do the
You can't push yourself to the max
right.
consistently. Like that's just not. It feels like hard to
Well, and you have to
you know
build up the
repeat that.
resilience to be able to push yourself consistently, like do the other stuff. That's it.
Yeah, true.
And like the
That's
stuff
tough.
that you did, it's like we could definitely
Yeah,
do a hard conditioning session that's more volume, but like you were still working hard and pushing. Like you got to the point where like you had to push hard to maintain the speed. But you don't have to do like we said
yeah,
before, a bunch of 200s or a bunch of 400s or you can, but at some point there's
yeah,
diminishing returns.
yeah. There were definitely good gains from that too. Like my legs are gonna be stronger for sure because my glutes are really they feel really freaking fired. Like my whole back
Nice.
legs from those sprints going up the hill feel really
Dude.
activated. and and then the form stuff too, because I'm gonna start doing that way more. Like some sprints and then maybe something that's a little more engaging, like some shuttle runs or something where I get to like rep it, like almost like game speed or like something where it feels like I'm actually like going,
Right.
but not a lot. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna start doing that more because I need to focus on getting low
Yeah,
and
and
driving.
when you reinforce that in the beginning and you're getting reps in where this you're actually going to improve your acceleration and your speed and your power, then
Yeah,
train it under some
yeah,
fatigue and reinforce that. It's so
right,
much more powerful
exactly.
than just
Yes,
getting
exactly.
super tired and going through the motions.
Yes, exactly. Because I even felt on the last sprint there, like getting a little loose, like just like feeling like I needed to, whatever, just getting a little loose, and I felt like I had to like switch my brain to be like,
Right.
whatever, to focus on what I had just been doing. So,
Dude, awesome work today. Thanks.
yeah, good shit.
You're
Thanks for
welcome.
being in my ear.
Thanks people for being here. Look forward to next week.
Yeah,
Thanks
thanks
everybody.
everyone. Definitely. Yeah, next week, yeah, we'll do some shit, and we should talk. We should get a
Okay.
guest on, and maybe even just do like,
Yeah.
you know, eventually we should just get a guest on and have a house session and just talk to them about like what they're
Yeah,
about, how they're
I
training.
like it.
Get someone like Beast on.
Yeah, we'll get somebody
Yeah,
on. All right.
yeah,
Oh yeah. All right, buddy.
sweet.
I'll catch you later. Take care.
Yeah, bye everyone. Thank you.
See
See
ya.
you, Brian.
See you,
Thanks.
Alex. And